So very good morning. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Right. Yeah. So in the previous class, we are discussing about short column and long column, isn't it? So let's discuss about what are the loads which makes short members and long members. I mean, short columns and long columns. Okay, which undergoes failure. Okay. So let's discuss that. So then we will move on to the very important topic, which is an end conditions of the column. Okay. Yeah. So let's share the screen. Okay. So, so as we are discussing about short column and long column, right? So this is the one. So where the short members are subjected to crushing load. Okay. So as what do you mean crushing load? So the load at which short members usually fail by crushing. Okay. So as I told you, the short column is nothing but the length of the member compared with the length of the member. Okay. See, students, if you are joining in between, it will be disturbance to the class. Yeah. So what is short column? So the length of the member compared to its other cross-sectional dimensions are less. So those columns are called short columns. Okay. What do you mean long column? The length of the column, so which is more than the cross-sectional dimensions, other cross-sectional dimensions. So those columns are called as a long columns, right? So as we discussed, short columns are undergo crushing and long columns will undergo buckling. Okay. So due to what load these short columns will undergo crush and long columns will undergo buckle. So that we have to know. Okay. So here the statement was given very clearly. The crushing load at which short columns fail by crushing is called crushed load. Okay. So it is very, very important. So why? Because so this load will makes member instead of bending, it will make crush. Why? Because the members are very short in nature. Okay. So because of very short in nature, so those members will undergo crushing easily. Okay. So as we discussed, let us take a concrete cube. So when they are subjected to compression force, guys, so when they are subjected to compression force, obviously those members will undergo crushing. Okay, right? So what about the crippling load and buckling load? So here the crippling load and buckling load is nothing but, so it will relates to the long columns. Okay, so where the long columns will start buckling. What do you mean buckling? Buckling is nothing but longitudinally that member will buckle in a lateral direction. Buckle and bend avadam. Okay, so this is called the buckling load, or it can also be called as a crippling load. So what is the difference between buckling and crippling? Okay, so that you have to know it very clearly. So I will discuss that on the board. Okay, right now. So here you have to know what are the factors which makes your column to buckle. Okay, so the first factor is amount of load. So if the load acting on the column is more than its carrying capacity, okay, so obviously those columns will undergo buckling. Understand? So let us take a person who can able to carry a load of only 50 kilonewton. If you are applying load more than 50 kilonewton, what happens? That member, that particular person will try to fail. Okay, he will bend, isn't it? So the bending itself is called as a buckling. Okay. So if you take any member, so when it is subjected to load W, okay, So what happens if the column or if this member is not able to resist the load? So obviously this member will undergo buckling. Okay, so this can called as a buckling or bending under. Okay, so by that, this buckling and crippling are all depends on what? First, it depends on the amount of load. Okay, second one, length of the column. So what do you mean that length of the column? As we know, more length, more buckling, less length, less buckling, isn't it? So let us take an example of a matchstick. Okay, guys, understood? So matchstick, matchbox lo stick తీసుకోండి. Okay, so let's try to, so this is a matchbox stick. Let us take, let's try to apply a compression force. Okay, so take another member which is something like a broomstick. Okay, so again apply a compression force. Which member will have more buckling? ఈ మెంబర్ కి ఎక్కువ బక్లింగ్ ఉంటుంది, ఈ మెంబర్ కి ఎక్కువ బక్లింగ్ ఉంటుంది. హ్యావింగ్ ద సేమ్ థిక్నెస్, both are having the same width and other dimension, depth. Okay, but the length varies. So which member will buckle first?
The stick which is having more length.
More length. Why? Why the stick is having more length? Why that member will buckle? Because comparatively, comparing with the matchstick member, this member is more slender. Understand? So compared with the first member, the second member is more slender. Slender ante enti sannaga undatam, right? So when we can able to understand that member is so thin based on its height. Okay, so with respect to height, we can able to identify easily that member is thin comparing with the other members. మీరు చూడండి, the same person who is having, you know, its wrist direction, a tall person. Okay, so if you take a tall man which is having the same dimension, okay, obviously you will identify tall member will have more buckling than the person who is very short, isn't it? So that's how length of the member or length of the column will depends. So that is a factor where the buckling is going to be addressed. And third one is end conditions of the column. So let's discuss that very keenly. Okay, so that we are going to discuss now. Fourth one, cross section dimensions of column. Obviously, so the cross section dimension is more, so that member won't have more buckling. When the cross section dimension is less, so that member will have more dimension, less buckling, less dimension, more buckling, isn't it? So that's how the buckling load also depends on the cross section dimensions of the column. Okay, so that is also one of the important factor. And the last one is material of column. Obviously, if the column is made up of wood, okay, so that will have different buckling characteristics. If the same member is made up of steel, so it will have different buckling characteristics. So like that, it all depends on the material also. Okay, so amount of load is very important, length of column is very important, cross sectional dimension of column, and material of the column, and the very important one, so which is the end condition. Okay, so this we are going to discuss very keenly. Okay, how the end conditions are going to affect the buckling nature of the column. Okay, so that we are going to discuss. So please try to remember all these factors, Amma. So these are very, very important for competitive exams, at the same time even for your interviews. Okay, even when you are designing any member, any column, so you have to keep all these factors in your mind. Okay, so your column should able to carry the load, your column should not be more in length, your column cross section dimensions should be within the limit. Okay, so your column should be made up of very good material which can able to sustain the compression load. Understand? So, and you have to decide which end condition is going to be suitable for that particular column. Okay, so these factors you need to keep it in mind when you are designing your column to take care of buckling load or crippling load. Understand? So these are the concepts of short column and long column. where they are subjected to crushing load and where they are subjected to crippling and buckling load. Okay. Yeah. So now let's discuss in detail. Yeah. So just now I have told you, I will let you know what is the difference between the crippling load and buckling load. Crippling load, buckling load. Okay. So what do you mean crippling load, Amma? So let us take a column, so which is fixed on both ends. Okay. So the same column, even I'm going to take it here. So which to differentiate how? See, when this member is subjected to load, okay, like this, crippling means, so the member will fail at this position. Ikkada. Okay. Yeah. At this position, the member will fail. Okay. And at support. So any member, I mean, any compression member, when it fails at the support, it is just because of the crippling load anamata. And ee ends support దగ్గర cripple అవుతుంది. Okay. It will cripple. Understand? So buckling in the sense, obviously, it will bend like this because of its buckling or bending. Why it will happen? Because of the slender property. Okay. More slender, more buckling. Less slender, less buckling. Okay. So that you have to understand it very carefully. So the difference between the crippling load and buckling load. Crippling load always occurs at the support conditions, at the support point. Okay. Buckling will always occur at the center of the member, center of the column. Okay. So these are the nothing but crippling and buckling load. Understand? Right. So now let's see about the end conditions. Very importantly, end conditions. End conditions of columns. Okay. So before studying about the end conditions of the column, so we have to know few important parameters. Okay. Let's take a member, a beam, which is supported at both ends. Okay, guys. Now, can anyone tell me what is this span, the nemantaru? And what is this? And what is this? Chundi, 3 spans unnai ikkada. What is this first one?
Overall span, sir.
Overall span. What is this?
Clear span.
Clear span.
Very good. Clear span. What is this?
Effective span.
Very good. Excellent. Effective span. Okay. Right. So it is beam, isn't it? The same, even we have to be under, I mean, even it has to be understand even in the vertical direction also. Okay. So here also the same. This is called the effective length. Avuna? Okay. So this I am considering it as a column. Got it? Right. So now, what are the end conditions? End conditions are going to be useful to calculate effective length of the column. Okay. Column yokka effective length calculate cheyadaniki. So we are going to use these end conditions. What are those end conditions? Ante first one, both ends are fixed. So this is one end condition. Second one, both ends are pinned. Okay, so I think you have already studied what are the support conditions, isn't it? Pin ante, so it will allow only horizontal and sorry. So what do you mean pinned? It will have a resistance towards vertical movement and horizontal movement. Okay, it is free to rotate. Understand? Okay, so what is fixed support? It will have a resistance towards movement, horizontal, vertical. What is roller support? It will have a resistance towards horizontal, but it is free to move in vertical direction and it is free to rotate. Understand what is free support? It is free to move in all directions, isn't it? So these are the supports. Okay, to understand the end conditions, you have to know all these things. Third one end is fixed, other end pinned. Okay. Fourth one end is fixed, other end free. Okay, so these are the 4 important end conditions. So with respect to these end conditions, you are going to calculate what is the effective length of the column. Understand, guys? Clear? Right. So how to calculate this effective length? How to calculate this effective length based on the end conditions? And let's see. First, fixed support. So let us take a column which is fixed at both ends. Okay, so let us take the load which is compression. Okay, right. So can anyone tell me how this column will bend? So this column will bend not from the support, it will be straight here and it will bend here like this. Okay guys, so this is how your column bends. So here what happens, you know, so this is the point where the hinges are formed. Okay, this is the point where the hinges are formed. So any column which is fixed at both ends, when it is subjected to compression, okay, so this point is called point of contraflexion. Point of contraflexion. So the total height is length. So the length of the column is L. Okay. So the distance between 2 point of contraflexures is called effective length. Very important. Okay. So the distance between 2 point of contraflexures is called effective length. How this effective length is going to be calculated? This effective length is going to be calculated based on some experimental point. Okay. So by doing some experiments, you will know when the both ends are fixed, okay, what will be this length with respect to the overall length. Okay. So here L effective is equal to 0.5 times of L undu. Okay. This is what you are going to test in your structural analysis lab. Structural analysis lab lo L effective 0.5 times of L అని నేను చెప్తున్నాను. Is it right or wrong అనేది you are going to test it in your lab. Okay. So that means the distance between 2 point of contraflexures is called effective length. Okay. In any kind of column, right? But in fixed column, what happens? Your end conditions are both ends are fixed, and these are the 2 points where they are subjected to, okay, bend. So what do you mean point of contraflexure, Amma? What do you mean point of contraflexure? Can anyone? What do you mean point of contraflexure?
The point at which the bending moment is 0, sir.
Bending moment is 0. Okay.
0.
In the other way? In the other way, How can you define in other way? The point bending moment changes its sign from positive to negative or negative to positive, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. So now, ఇది column లో చెప్తున్నాను కదా. Let us take the same member in a form of a beam. Okay. Okay. So when it is subjected to load, so can you able to draw what is the shear force diagram for the member which is subjected to point load? Sorry, bending moment diagram. ఇంతేనా bending moment diagram for a fixed beam? Correct? అదే సింప్లీ సపోర్టెడ్ బీమ్ అయితే వాట్ ఈస్ ద బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ డయాగ్రామ్? Isn't it? Right? So why the bending moment diagram varied from simply supported to fixed support like this? Because of the support. So these 2 points which makes your bending moment changes its sign. Okay, so this is the point where your bending moment changes its sign. So this distance is called effective length of the beam under. Okay, in the same way we are discussing that even in the column also. Understand? So these are, I mean, simple amma. The effective length is nothing but the distance between 2 point of contraflexures is called effective length. How to calculate this effective length ante? Just you have to measure the distance between these two members when the column is fixed at both ends. So by that your L effective will be 0.5 times of the overall length of the column. Understand? So this is how we are going to calculate the effective length of the column. So ఇది ఎలా వస్తుంది అనేది you can just test it in your structural analysis lab. So by that you can able to understand it clearly. Okay, so this is what we are going to do in your lab also. So I think today afternoon 2:30 we are going to have a structural analysis lab for all 3 sections, isn't it? So there I will show you how to perform the test and how you are going to achieve this 0.5 times of L అనేది we will discuss it there. Clear? So this is the first boundary condition. Boundary conditions antaru lekapothe end conditions antaru. Dinni boundary conditions ani kuda antaru. Boundary conditions or end conditions. Understand? So please try to remember this. Very important. Whenever a column is fixed at both ends, the effective length will be 0.5 times of L avutundi. What do you mean effective length ante? The length between 2 point of contraflexures. The length between 2 point of contraflexures is called effective length. What do you mean point of contraflexure? The point of contraflexure is nothing but where the bending moment is 0. Nothing but this. Okay? Or where the bending moment changes its sign from positive to negative or negative to positive. Okay? So in any way you can able to define the definition. Understand? Clear? Ardhamainda andariki idi? Guys, clear? Can I go to the next boundary condition?
Sure.
Okay, right. So simple amma. Let us take L is equal to 1000 mm anukondi. Okay, so when you apply your compression forces for these both ends are fixed, emoutunante your member will bend like this. If you measure these points at these 2 different points, so definitely this length will be 500 mm only. Ee length 500 mm untundi anamata. This is practically proven. Okay, so that's why we will perform the same experiment even in your laboratory and you will finalize whether this formula is right or wrong. Understand? Deeniki etuvanti derivations em undavu. Okay, this is not a derivation part. So this is practically we came to know when column is having both ends are fixed, when it is subjected to compression force, the effective length will be half of the overall length anedi proven. Okay, that's how effective length is 0.5 times of L when the column is having both ends are fixed. Understand? Right. So next discuss about the second one. Both ends are pinned. Both ends are pinned. So let us take column. Sorry. Pinned kada. Okay, right. So can anyone tell me simply supported beam, what is the bend moment diagram? Simply supported beam when it is subjected to point load, what is the bend moment diagram? Like this, correct enough? Why the bend moment diagram is 0 at ends, I mean at support? Bend moment is 0 at support, bend moment is maximum at center. How much is this? WL/4 when it is subjected to load W, and this is your length. మీరు చదివారు కదా ఇదంతా strength of materials లో. Okay, in the same way even you can think it here also. A column which is supported both ends with the pin support. Okay, this is pin support. When it is subjected to compression force, how it bends? ఎలా bend అవుతుందమ్మా? It will bend from here. Yes or no? Why it will bend from the support? Why? Because at support your bend moment is 0. So the point of contraflexure is here itself. So let us take the length of the column is L. What is your effective length? Effective length and ఏమని చెప్పాను? What do you mean effective length?
The length between 2
The
points of
length between 2 points of contraflexures, isn't it? ఇప్పుడు L effective formula ఏంటమ్మా? L effective ఎంత? L effective will be L. Okay, right? So that means in when a column is subjected to, I mean when a column is fixed, or when a column is having an end conditions, both ends are pinned. Okay, the effective length will be equal to the overall length of the column. Why? Because at supports your bend moment is 0, so by that the point of contraflexure will be at the support itself. Okay, so by that your effective length will be your L. So L 1000 అయింది అనుకోండి, మీ effective length కూడా 1000. Okay, so that's how both ends are pinned అయినప్పుడు your effective length will be L. So this point is called point of contraflexure. Understand? Clear? Right. So this is the second boundary condition. Very, very, very important. Okay, right. Third boundary condition. In the third boundary condition, one end is fixed, other end is pinned. Okay, pinned అన్న అనొచ్చు, లేకపోతే దీన్ని hinged అన్న అనొచ్చు. Okay na, both are same. So let us take column, one end is fixed kada, right? The other end is pinned like this. Okay, now can anyone tell me how it bends? So at support it won't bend kada, it will have straight like this. Okay. It will have a bending like this. Isn't it? So now your point of contraflexure is here. The point of contraflexure is here. What is the overall length? L. What is the effective length here?
0.8 times of L.
Very good. From here, this is L effective between 2 points of contraflexures. ఎంత ఉండొచ్చు చెప్పగలరా?
0.8 times.
ఎంతమ్మా?
0.8 times of L, sir.
0.8 కాదు, 0.7 times of L. Okay, 0.7 times of L. అంటే 30% of length reduction will be there when one end is fixed, other end is pinned అయినప్పుడు. ఎందుకంటే 0.7 అంటే ఏంటి? 70% of the original length. మరి ఎంత రిడక్షన్ ఉంది? 0.3 ఇక్కడ పోతుంది. ఓకే, 0.3 అంటే 30%. ఎందుకంటే కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ లో మీరు ఎప్పుడు యూ షుడ్ నాట్ స్టడీ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ వన్ డైరెక్షన్. You have to study in different perspectives, different directions lo chadavali. Okay, so when the effective length is 0.7 times of L, what is the reduction in length ante? It is 30% of the length reduction jarugutundi. Okay, so this is the formula. L effective is equal to 0.7 times of L when a column is fixed at one end, pinned at other end. Okay, right. So let's discuss the fourth one also here itself, or else, yeah, so we'll discuss it on the page. What is the last one, Amma? One end is fixed,
Other end is free.
other end is free. ఏంటి వన్ ఎండ్ ఇస్ ఫిక్స్డ్ అదర్ ఎండ్ ఇస్ ఫ్రీ అంటే మన బీమ్స్ లో చదువుకున్నాం. వన్ ఎండ్ ఇస్ ఫిక్స్డ్ అదర్ ఎండ్ ఇస్ ఫ్రీ అంటే వాట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ బీమ్ ఇట్ ఈస్?
Cantilever, sir.
క్యాంటిలివర్ బీమ్ కదా, సేమ్ లైక్ దట్. ఓకే, సో లెట్స్ సీ. వన్ ఎండ్ ఇస్ ఫిక్స్డ్, సారీ, in any way we can draw it. One end is fixed, other end is free. Okay, so here this is your length. So when it is subjected to compression, okay, so do you know how it bends? ఎలా బెండ్ అవుతుందమ్మా ఇది? See, ఇప్పటి వరకు మీరు చూసిన బీమ్స్ అన్ని దే ఆర్ ఫుల్ బెండింగ్స్ ఆర్ హాఫ్ బెండింగ్స్? Not this fixed beam, one end is pinned, other end is free, one end is both ends are pinned, they're all full length of the beams bending. Okay, ఇప్పుడు దీని యొక్క full, so what I mean to say, what is the meaning of effective length?
Distance between 2 points of
Length
contact.
between 2 point of contraflexures. Avuna? Right. So now, where is the point of contraflexure for this beam? దీనికి point of contraflexure ఎక్కడుందమ్మా? There should be something where the loop should be closed, isn't it? So that's why in cantilever beam, your beam should be considered as the whole length of the member like this. Ila తీసుకోవాలి. In a cantilever beam, you have to consider as the whole length of the beam, where the point of contraflexures will be here, this point and this point. Okay, so this is also L. What is the effective length here?
2L, sir.
2L.
Can anyone tell me what is the effective length here? Effective length is equal to
2 times of actual length.
That's it. Okay, so why? Because in cantilever, with only one end free, you can't able to justify the length of the effective length. Why? Because the definition itself is saying that effective length is nothing but length between 2 point of contraflexures. Okay, so here the point of contraflexure will be here, as we are considering the whole length of the member. Okay, with respect to its support, we have to consider the member like this. So this is your whole effective length of the member. Okay, so now finally all effective lengths showndi. L is equal to 0.5, sorry, L effective is equal to 0.5 L is both ends are fixed. L effective is equal to L. So when both ends are pinned, L effective is equal to 0.7 times of L. When one end is fixed, other end is free. And L effective is equal to 2 times of L. When one end is fixed, other end is, sorry, this is one end is fixed, other end is pinned. And this is one end is fixed, other end is free. Understand? So these four are very, very important, amma. So meeku lifelong ekkadiki ellina meeku ee end conditions anevi kachithanga upayogapadayi. Okay, so please be cautious when you are studying this, especially for the columns. Okay, so let me show you the same even in the presentation also. Yeah. So you can see it here. Both end conditions of the column to calculate the effectual length. Both ends hinged, both ends pinned. One end is fixed, other end is hinged. One end is fixed, other end is free. So this is how the member will bends. చూడండి ఇక్కడ కూడా చాలా క్లియర్ గా the explanation was given with the original dramatically. So here see both ends are pinned and effectual length ఏమవుతుంది? This is the point of counterflexure and this is the point of counterflexure, right? So ikkada chudandi the effectual length is nothing but, so this is the point where the point of counterflexures will be there. That's why it is 2L. Ikkada at both ends are fixed, this is the point of counterflexure and this is the point of counterflexure. When both ends are, sorry, one end is fixed, other end is free, so this is the point of counterflexure and this is the point of counterflexure. Understand? So here will be, it will be here. Okay, right? So this is how the effective lengths are going to be calculated, right? So why this effective length is very important? So why we need this? Endukante indaka nenu cheppanu, for buckling characteristics, for the buckling load, what is the main factor amma? So here very importantly it was said the buckling will takes place based on the end condition also, because end condition of the column is also one of the important factor, okay, which leads to buckling of the long columns. Anduvalla end conditions kuda very important. Sir, how to calculate that buckling load? How to calculate that buckling load? Ante, so that buckling load is going to be calculated based on one equation. That equation is called Euler's equation. Understand? So this is what an Euler's equation. So this equation we are going to derive to calculate the buckling load. So why I have to calculate the buckling load? Why I should calculate the buckling load? Let us take the column, okay, which having a length L. This column will carry a load up to 500 kilonewton anukondi. Okay, right? So this column will carry a load of 500 kilonewton axially. Do you know this 500 kilonewton will make this column buckle or not? Manaku teliyadu, avuna? Isn't it? So for that reason we have to calculate what is the buckling load of this column. Okay, so by that we can design this column not to fail under buckling, okay, if you are able to calculate the buckling or crippling load of the column. Okay, so ante for that the formula was derived like this. Euler's formula is the buckling load is equal to pi square E I by L E square. Pi square, E ante Young's modulus, okay, I ante moment of inertia. Moment of inertia depends on what, amma? Moment of inertia depends on what? On what? Area, cross sectional area. Okay, LE ante enti effective length. Effective length. How effective length is going to be calculated?
End conditions.
Based on the end condition. That's it. So if you know the effective length, if you know the moment of inertia with respect to the cross section, E is the Young's modulus of the material, pi square EI by L square will give the buckling load. Okay, if the column is less than the buckling load anukondi, I mean 500 kilonewton is less than the buckling load anukondi, is the column safe? Is the column safe? Let us take column is subjected to 500 kilonewton and the crippling load where you are getting around 300 kilonewton. Appudu column safe ah kada? Cheppali.